Amy. Today I'm going to talk about the movement of whale sharks. We call them Typhus tagged at Ningaloo Reef, Western Australia. Let's start with our introduction. Why did we want to do this research? We all know that whale sharks are the largest species on the earth, and it could be up to 12 meters at least, but we have only limited data of their vertical movement. And in some sites, predictable seasonal migration of whale sharks have supported to the development of ecotourism industry. But the population have declined in several areas where the intensive fisheries occur. So we want to understand the movement patterns of whale sharks for their conservation and management. Where do we do this research? We know that the whale sharks, large number of the whale sharks gather off the Ningaloo Reef in Western Australia seasonally to feed on the schools of krill and bait fish in the coastal water that brought by the seasonal current. So we chose this site to do our research. And we use the pop-up retrieval tag to collect the horizontal and vertical movement data and some other information like temperature and depth of the whale sharks. And today we will focus on the horizontal movement of the whale sharks. And we tagged 19 whale sharks with the pop-up tag in March 2003 and 2004. And our materials and method. This is the pop-up retrieval tag, and a tag is consist by an antenna that used to transmit the data to the satellite, and the float to let the tag to float onto the surface of the seawater, and the data logger for storing the data, and a battery and tether to attach each tag to a dart, and the dart would be implanted into several centimeters into the shark's skin, and just on the first dorsal fin of the whale sharks. And the sharks would be located by an aircraft in the Ningaloo Reef. And once the whale sharks spotted, we will send a diver ahead to the approaching shark to put on a tag. And the tag would measure and store the light depth, temperature, and location information at the regular intervals. And then, after a period of time, the tag would detach from the fish and float to the surface, and then transmitted those data to the satellite. And then we receive the data from the satellite. It's quite simple. So let's go on to our result. We tagged 19 sharks at total, but 7 of the tags never reported, and 6 other tags detached within 10 days. That the recording time is too short for our research. So we just recovered the long-term record from 6 sharks. And this is the tracks of the sharks. Each color of the dot shows one shark's movement tracks. And all sharks remain near the coastal several weeks, and then they departed Magalo Reef between May and June, and most of they traveled northeast to the continental shelf before entering the northeastern of Indian Ocean. And these figures shows the vertical movement of the shark board. The x-axis is the date and the y-axis is the depth. And we will look at the figure B and figure C. The figure B shows the vertical movement of shark board when it is in the coastal water in June and for this site. And the figure C is when it moved to the outer northwest shelf in August for this site. And the white part on the figure means in a day. The gray part is in the night. So when we can see when it is in the coastal water, it spends its day near the surface and night at a depth of 30 to 80 meters. When it moves to the outer northwest shore, it spends its days just off the seafloor, about 120 meters, and the night at depth of 30 to 80 meters. And in these figures, we sum up the depth of the 6 sharks, and the y-axis shows the depth interval, and the x-axis shows the time at the depth. And this part is when they are in the daytime, and this is in the nighttime. And they spend over 40% of their time in the upper 50 meters, and only 1% of their time at the depth that is over 300 meters. And most of the deep dives were during the day. And we found that the daytime depth is generally greater than at the nighttime, but with some exception that, like we just talked before, when shark board is in the coastal water, it spends its daytime near the surface. So, come to our discussion. We suggest that the vertical movement related to their prey behavior. And when the sharks is off Magalo Reef, their daytime depths were often shallower because they often target daytime surface growth in the coastal water that driven by the seasonally current. And when it is on the outer northwest shore, the shark swam just off the seafloor during the day because the large number of other prey appear at this location. And in addition to coastal and epipelagic zones, their vertical behavior suggests that they also target mesopelagic prey that is at a depth at 200 to 1,000 meters. And our conclusion. The vertical movement of the whale sharks suggests that they exploit prey in both epipelagic and mesopelagic habits, and they have a complex pattern of vertical migration that differs between coastal and offshore locations. And their Vertical behavior may be in response to downward vertical migration of their prey. Thank you.
Okay, so 10 minutes, it's 8 seconds.